1. 1. I glance at my phone as it buzzes on my executive-style desk. Mom again. Choosing not to answer, I put my computer to sleep, thinking of which excuse to use this time. Technically, I'm at work, but thanks to the banker's hours at Willow Ridge Credit Union, the workday ended 10 minutes ago at 4 o'clock. I'm not sure Mom knows that, so it's a reasonable excuse for when I do finally answer, and she inevitably grills me for why I haven't answered her last 6 calls. Any normal person might have answered her 3 calls ago, thinking something was wrong, but I know my mother, and she is not normal. Neither am I. Can you blame me? How do you think I got this way? A knock sounds on my partially open door, and my boss, Garth, walks in.
Here you go, Felicia.
He hands me a file. He's old school and big on having paper copies of everything in the office. I keep telling him it would be so much easier if it was all on the network. Everything has to get entered into our electronic system eventually anyway. I reach to open the file.
For tomorrow,
he adds with a smile. Garth fully embraces banker's hours and fully expects all of his staff to do the same, one of the perks of working here. He acts like he's all about the work-life balance, but my bet is the board members are too cheap to pay overtime. Okay, thanks, I guess. Who knows what could be in that file? It could be contact information for the next poor sucker I've got to call and let down easy. I'm sorry, but at this time, Willow Ridge Credit Union can't extend you further credit. Blah, blah, blah. And that would be one of the things I hate about my job. People get so touchy when you tell them they can't have the credit union's money.
You said you wanted to take the next step.
He nods at the file.
This will get you started in that direction.
I assume he's referring to my recent mention that I wanted to move up the ladder from personal loans officer. He suggested I might enjoy business loans for a change. Apparently, the position also comes with a pay raise. Thank you, I say again, grabbing my sweater and stuffing it into my giant shoulder bag. Judging from the way the sun is reflecting off the windows of the grocery store across the street, I won't be needing it on my walk home. It's that time of year where it's a little chilly in the morning, but by midday it's nice and toasty out. Willow Ridge's temperatures have been known to fluctuate dramatically in September, though. You never know what you might get. Kind of like my moods, according to my roommate Kit. She has a point, but unlike her, I've always felt it's better not to suffocate your emotions. Not that she does that. She's just very even-tempered and easygoing, probably why she puts up with me as her roommate. I let my lungs fill with fresh air as soon as I leave the credit union. The sun heats my face and causes me to squint a little, since I forgot my sunglasses at home this morning. My high-heeled shoes clack along the sidewalk, and I get a good rhythm going, swinging my arms in time to my feet. As I enter the square where my apartment is, I look around for Kit. As the town's landscape architect, she's in charge of keeping Willow Ridge looking beautiful on the outside, and she's often working in the square, one of my favorite parts of town. Every time I enter the square, I feel as though I've stepped into a modern-day fairy tale. The shops all have Victorian facades painted in pastel colors. The pinks and yellows seem to be the most prominent, very different from the commercial feel over on the side of town where I work. In the last block of my walk, I pass the blue and yellow tones of La Pâtisserie, the bakery where my best friend Marshall works. I lift my hand in greeting as I stroll by, but he's got a customer inside, and I don't expect a reciprocation, so I keep walking. The bakery is kitty-corner to the pale mauve and chiffon bookstore that Kit and I live above. Approaching the bookstore, I spy a large squirrel with a bushy red tail scrambling up the oak tree that stands near the entrance to the shop. Below the tree, a few orange and red leaves sit on the grass. I'm sure Kit will clean those up on her way up to the apartment later. She can't stand for one leaf to be out of place.